What I want to do before continuing and looking at the next few slides is go over some examples like we saw, like the one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many. So the first one that I'm going to start with is the customer table again. So if you look at the customers, we have the customer table storing a bunch of customers, and we have another table called product, and that stores a bunch of products. Now, what is the relationship between the customer and the product table? Well, the customer can order many products, and a product can be ordered by many customers. So we say that the relationship, and to make comments, we use two dashes. So the relationship between the customer and product tables or entities is many to many. And so you see that the customer table didn't store any product information. The product table doesn't store any customer information. Where did we decide to store this many to many relationship? We had to create a join table. We had to create another table that contained this information. And so what we did was we created the customer order table that stored the customer ID and the product ID. So the join table contains the primary keys of the two tables in the relationship. Two entities. What is entities? Entities in the relationship. And so that's why you see that it contains the customer ID and the product. It contains them as foreign keys. So this is an example of a many-to-many relationship. Now, do we have an example of a one-to-many relationship? Yes, we do. Let's look at the department table. Here we have a table that contains all our departments. We see that it only has the department ID and department name, but if we look at the employee table, we will find that the employee table is storing the department ID. So let's ask ourselves, what is the relationship between the department and employee? Well, one employee belongs to one department, okay? However, one department contains many employees. So here the relationship would be one department to many employees. That would be the relationship. One department contains many employees. One employee belongs to one department. So it's a one to many on the one department contains many employees. So which one is it? Which entity is the one that we have one of? We have one of the department. So the department is the parent because you only have one of them. So one of department. So department is the parent entity. And so we can take the primary key of the parent, which is the department, and store it in employee. And that's exactly what we did here. We went to the employee and you said, employee, you can only belong to one department. So it is easy for us to create a column and put that department that you belong to in that column. And so we take the primary key of our parent, the one that we can only have one of, and we store it in the many table. Okay. So that's how this SQL script that we are using contains those relationships. I don't have an example of a one-to-one relationship in this SQL, but if we did, it would just basically be a column in there.